Alright, YouTube, it is Mr. Mean coming at you this fine afternoon. Tonight's video du jour is tabletop miniature slash board game related. I just got in Battle Systems Core Space Purge reinforcements. I'm sorry for the glare. I got lights that go crazy. So Purge reinforcements. What do you get in here? Well, you get Harvesters times 5, Devastators times 2, Assassin times 1, and the Live one times 1. So here's a lovely little pictograph, and you get some cards. You get 3 event cards. If you haven't checked out Core Space, I highly recommend it. This is it's made by Battle Systems. It is it's can be a cooperative or you can play against each other. I kind of play it solo because I don't have anybody to game with me for this. Nobody's interested in it up here in Duluth, sadly. But it's a really cool game. You find cool loot. It's very kind of random. You have so much time, and every time you fire a gun or you do certain events, it causes the threat meter to go up, and then the Purge show up. And the Purge are these robots that basically hate all the living. And so you're on a space station. And you have a ship, and your ship has certain powers and capabilities. And then you have a crew, and you manage that crew. So I did a video, and I go back in the archive and check it out. But I wanted to just real quick do a video to show you the Purge reinforcements. I got this off of Amazon for like a little bit over 20 bucks. So I thought that was very much worth it. Um, I really like it. They do come unpainted. I'm going to show you. Comes in a nice little tray like this. You get, in this case, 3 cards. I don't want to go through the cards because I don't want to spoil it, but it says event on the back. You would shuffle this into your deck, and you could use these 3 new cards for events that happen in the game. I'm going to show you, this is, I believe, the live one, right? Yes, so this is the live one. He's the big baddie. I want to try and show you that. It's going to be kind of hard to show up. I am going to paint these. I've been painting the crews. I think I have 3 or 4 crews. I have 2 of the crews painted. The Purge themselves are going to be easy to paint. Here's a basic Purge warrior. And like I said, it's going to be kind of hard to see this. I don't know if the camera, it looks like the camera's focusing okay. There's not a whole lot of detail on here. They're pretty simple to paint. And the other thing I've been doing is I've been cutting the bases off and putting clear bases on there after I paint them. I get them all painted, and then I do a clear base because when you buy the game, you get a paper mat in there for the terrain, so to speak. And then it has a cardboard terrain that you put together. It's very sturdy. It has these nice clips that put it all together, and you make a space station of sorts. And then you adventure. You have a certain amount of movement and everything that you can do. And the cool part is, like I said, when certain events happen and stuff, you have a couple of rounds to do things before the Purge show up. There's NPCs you can react with, and there's charts and stuff to tell you. It's a very cool game. I really like it. I think it plays really well. This is the assassin, so you can see he's got multiple arms. He's kind of a badass. If this guy shows up, you probably want to run. It just oh, there you go. It's focusing really well. So that's an assassin, and then you have your normal. Let me get one of the big guys. Here we go. These are the devastators. These are the tanks of the group. So if you see these guys, you definitely want to get out of dodge. But again, I'm painting them all up. I'm going to do a simple, I think, red and white paint scheme, or red, maybe white. Can't talk here. I apologize. White for their main body, silver for their arms and their head, and then red on the inside of where their guns are. These guys basically shoot at you. These guys are. I think they have a minor gun, and then they attack you in close combat. So all in all, super cool miniatures. It's just plastic. The detail is pretty decent on. They paint up really well. I don't know if I have one out here painted. I do. Um, Here's one of the guys I'm painting. I don't know how well he'll show up on camera. But you can say I'm painting. I've got a silver as well. I've got to paint his weapon. But yeah, he came out pretty good. I like the, and like I said, I'm going to cut that base off. I'm going to put a clear acrylic base on there. Um, and I'll have a second crew painted. So I'll have my choice of 2 crews, and each crew has statistics and positives and negatives that they can do, and starting equipment. And then of course, as you play the game, you find loot. There's actual cardboard little boxes, and you can search. You open the box, and there's loot inside of it, and you randomly determine what the loot is. And there's little tokens, and it fits on your little character board. It's a really cool game. If you haven't checked it out, do yourself a favor. If you like 3D miniature board games that you can play solo, go check out Core Space by Battle Systems. I highly recommend it. They also make a number of very cool sci-fi terrain. They think they have their new game. Um, it's a fantasy dungeon crawl. I don't. I apologize. I'm blanking on the name. It's on Kickstarter right now, I believe. So go check that out. I'll try to put a link in the doobly doo to the Kickstarter. And then, other than that, guys, as always, peace and hair grease. The new video format. There'll be a video that comes on after this, after my screen. It just gives you a little info about the channel and stuff like that to help support the channel and the Patreon. So if you're curious about the Patreon, you want to know a little bit more, stay to the end. As always, peace and hair grease. And remember, Mr. Mean says, be nice. Hey, I want to thank you for watching that video. If you like what you saw, please hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. Let's grow the Meanie Army. Let's grease that YouTube algorithm and get these videos out in front of more people. Tell your friends. Like I said, let's grow the Meanie Army. If you like what you see, we also have a very active Discord. Links are in the doobly-doo. We have an active Patreon. $5 a month gets you into a drawing every quarter to win a game that I review here on the channel. Who knows? For your $5 a month, you could win a $60 game. Not a bad investment if you ask me for $5 a month. As always, like and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching. And as always, be nice.